Good morning, class. I'm here to begin a new lesson today that is called Evolution of Transport System. It's chapter number 3, uh, Evolution of Transport System. In the first chapter, we saw evolution of man. How did man evolve himself? How did man progress himself? And how did he become human being? The journey we have already covered. Today, we'll see the journey of transporting system. How early men relied or how what system they used, how did they prefer to move from one place to other, and what is the modern means of communication, or what are the modern means of communication, how do we communicate today, if we want to go to certain places, how do we make our way. So evolution is basically the journey from early human being to the current human being or the present human being. How has the things changed, or how have the things become better. Today life is much more easier compared to what it used to be during our ancestors' time. At that particular time, life was very tough, but now it is more easier and comparatively uh, more of comforts we have today. What we see, or how, when we compare with the early human period. The first was invention of will. We saw that the invention of fire was there. How did men invent the fire? We saw that how men invented the farming process. Now it is the invention of will. Traveling long distance on land with heavy load was the problem for early men. Every one of us, even we cannot carry a heavy load on our shoulder, on our head, and we look for something which can help us to transfer from one place to other. They tied a few sticks of wood together to form a sledge. Sledge is basically an object which is used for walking on a ice or something with a heavy load on it, so that it helps to on the movement of the wheel or rotation of the wheel. So that what did they do? Early men tied few sticks of wood together to form a sledge. They started carrying loads on sledges. They also used animals to pull, and so they tried to find some easy method to pull it. Now, since traveling is the need, has been the need at every time, and there was perhaps utter requirement from for everyone to travel from one place to other, or to take that things from one place to other. So they required some sort of help. So what basically when they applied their mind, what did they do? They tied few different sticks into one, and they made it like a sledge, and with the help of that they started using or moving the object from one place to other. They even took the help of animals which helped them to pull the sledge, so that the wooden piece could be pulled by someone. That was again a tougher part, so they tied it with the animals. So this is the sledge that you can see the people during the early times were using. One day they noticed a stone rolling down on a slope. Now it is a story about how the wheel was invented or how the communication system progressed. One day they noticed a stone rolling down on a slope. Means something when rolls down from a higher level to lower level, something which comes from up to down, it rolls on. They started the search for something that would roll smoothly on ground. Now, seeing that rolling, they applied their mind. The early human beings applied their mind. If this is going to move, or this can move in such a way, why can't we make something that can move on a lateral surface or on a plane surface? The only thing that should be smooth, so that the gravity or the effectiveness should not be there. They started the search for something that would roll smoothly on ground. They took a round log of wood and put it under a sledge. The sledge began to move easily. This was the beginning of the wheel. Now, what did they do? In order to invent something better, they thought of making a circle, or making a wheel which could roll down. Now, how to roll it? They tied a sledge into the inner part of the circle. Like for example, if this is the wheel, my diagram is not that perfect. So this is the wheel. This area is the circumference where the axis moves on, or where the rotation takes place. So this is need to fix. Even in the cycle you see this, or even the motorcycle you can see that the part where the spokes are fitted, which actually gives that depth to the circle part. So what they did, the early man, they fixed the sledge into this circle. They fixed the sledge into this circle so that it can hold on a firm basis, firmly can be holded, and if a weight is put on, it does not bend or does not crush. So basically this was the beginning for the wheel. They started using the wheel for this, and the movement began, and they started carrying the different loads onto the same wheel. Early man improved on the round log wood and turned into shape of wheels. Now slowly and steadily they learned, okay, this can be improved, or this can turn out to be a better one, better option if they made it in a semicircle type or a full circle type, not semicircle, full circle type. That would give them a better movement. By putting the wheel under a cart, they made a wheel cart. Now they invented a cart and they put that wheel under the cart. Now they invented what was it called? Wheel cart. Wheel cart means a cart which can be moved with the help of wheel. With the discovery of agriculture, early man settled down on the banks of river. We have already seen that the early man settled on the banks of river. The reason was that they got water from the nature or from the river, and the soil was very fertile over there, and ample amount of rain, sunlight was available. So whatever they grew, that grew in a big amount, and that was a burden, that was a blessing for all. They needed pots to store grains. They started making pots from clay using a wheel, which was called a potter's wheel. Now, in order to store something, they required something. They started cultivating the crops. So, whenever surplus crop was there, whenever extra crop was there, they needed to store it. For that, they started making the pots from the wheel, from the mud, and with the help of wheel only that the movement could take place, or they could switch on from one place to other. The next is trade and voyages. Trade and voyages. The next topic is trade and voyages. Trade means when you involve into buying and selling either at domestic level or international level, that is called trade. Means purchase and sell of goods is called trade. And voyage is basically a long journey by ship. When you take a long journey by ship, that is called voyage. Voyage is a long journey by ship. A long journey by ship. So trade and voyages. Now, after the discovery of wheel, men began going to distant places. Earlier, the trade took place on the basis of barter system. Now, earlier system was when the things or when the money was not invented, people used to trade with the help of barter system. Now, what is barter system? Barter system is basically the exchange system. Means goods are exchanged for goods. If you want something, you do not need to pay. You do not need to pay money, because during that time money was not invented. So what people did, people exchanged commodity to commodity, C to C, commodity to commodity, from one commodity to other commodity, from goods to goods. This system was called as barter system. One commodity was exchanged for another commodity. With the passage of time, barter system was replaced by the use of money. Later on, when the money was invented, barter system was replaced. Means if you wanted to buy something, you wanted to purchase something, you do not need to give something, but what you need to give is the money portion, not the goods, not the commodity. Use of money in trade helped it to flourish. The main motive of trader was to earn profit. People started traveling to far off places for the purpose of trade. Now, trade was the main motive. The main motive of any trade is, even today it is, that to earn maximum profit. So were the ideas, so were the vision of the traders during that time. The people who were the traders, they basically believed that whatever they traded, that was for the sake of profit only. That was for the sake of money only. So, in order to take their goods to some other places, they use the ships. Ships, that is with the help of voyages, a long journey by ship, which actually carried all the parcels, all the goods from one place to other. So, voyages became common in late medieval period. People had curiosity to know about distant lands. People wanted to know how does the different place look like, or how does the other place look like. So, they had the curiosity in their mind. We all of us have, like for example, we live in a Macklinski kind of small place over here. We all want to see how the metro cities look like, or what are the development over there, how Delhi looks like, the capital of India, how it looks like. So this is our general curiosity that all of us want to know. Same was the curiosity for the early men, that they wanted to know how the distant lands look like. look like. Prince Henry, the navigator of Portugal, encouraged sailors to visit distant places by sea routes. So Prince Henry was who motivated the other person to come through sea routes. Vasco da Gama reached Calicut, now in India, in 1498. When he returned to Portugal with a cargo of spices worth 60 times the cost of trip, the king received him with great honor. Vasco da Gama, when he returned home, he was received with a great honor, he was received with a great respect, seeing that he has covered such a long distance. And he has a better idea about different places now. Columbus, an Italian sailor, discovered America in 1492. Magellan, a Portuguese sailor, went around the world. As a result of these voyages, man's idea about the world changed. Voyages and discoveries revolutionized trade. Now, it is said that if you want to explore yourself, if you want to explore your wings, if you want to explore your thoughts, two things can be done. Either you learn or you roam around. It's an old saying by our grandfather used to say, if you want to learn, if you want to have a practical aspect of any thing, you go around, you roam around, you'll get the idea. Or study. Either you focus on study or you roam around. So since this was the case, people during the early man time or during the early period time used to roam around just to get the idea how the different places are covering up or how they are building up their backbones. So the people were left free to travel by the ship and bring all the good ideas which can be included, which can be inculcated into their own country. So when they returned, the king of that particular country welcomed them with an open heart, or believed that they had a better idea and they could guide us in the development of the country. This was about the means of communication during the early man time and how the trade and voyages were taking place. What was the main motive of trade and what was the main motive of voyage? Why people traveled from one place to other? Okay, tomorrow we'll see the modern means of communication. What are the modern means of communication? Thank you, class.